Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today it's Liar Liar Pants on Fire time. It's time to review 2022 and going into 2023. What are we going to see? What have we heard on the EV front? And most importantly, Tesla, inflation, stock market, all the little things I like to keep track of. And I decided to do a Liar Liar Pants on Fire video because there is a lot of lying going out of there, except I have to say it is exaggeration. Because, let's stop wasting time. Tesla Semi. The Tesla Semi goes 800 kilometers on a charge, 500 miles. It does not. Did Tesla make it do that once in all their trials? Did they show you a chart of it doing it? They did. Right here. Did you see? Let me show it to you again. Did you see the video of the semi-truck going up a hill? And they got that diesel-powered semi-truck and they made it look like, hey, look at us, we're blowing past a regular one. Did you see that video? Number one thing, that is not a lie. Electric powertrains blow gasoline diesel powertrains out of the water unequivocally. The most acceleration, most torque going, period, end of story. Thank you very much. Not even a discussion. So would a Tesla Semi with 82,000 pounds total weight go up that hill faster than a diesel? Absolutely. If it has 3 motors, it would just motor up the hill like no tomorrow. Use a lot of battery power, but it would motor up the hill. So let's get to the first Liar Liar Pants on Fire, Tesla Semi. The Tesla Semi will not do 800 kilometers on everyday use. What does that mean? Does that mean Tesla won't sell any of them? Tesla will sell every semi-truck it makes. They will not be able to make them fast enough. But the stock is down. No, we're talking about the truck here. But it will not do 800 kilometers on a charge. Will it maybe do it under certain circumstances 1 out of 1,000 times? Absolutely. So you get the claim, I got it right once out of 1,000 times. Could you imagine being a major league batter and hitting the ball once every 1,000 at bats? You're not a major league batter. That's me. You know, not going anywhere, not getting paid anything for that. And here's why. So hopefully you can see this. Maybe you can. So, we got, had to write this down because I'm not an engineer. We got the drag coefficient. I gave him 0.5. Is that reasonable? Not really, should be 0.65. But I gave him 0.5. Next up, we got the frontal area of the truck. And I did 114.75 for that. Then we got velocity. I used 110 kilometers an hour, 70 miles an hour. The rolling resistance of the tires, the coefficient of the rolling resistance of the tires is extremely important. I cannot stress this. In my calculations of doing this, this is really important. I didn't ever realize how important it was, other than the total area you're trying to push down the road. I gave him 0.006. Honestly, way generous. But I gave it to him. Maybe they got some new kind of tires I don't know about. Next up, battery efficiency. I gave him 90%. And people may argue with that and say, no, it's 95%. No, I say it's 85%. But I gave it 90. Next up, there's a wind. A variable wind going, but average out 15 kilometer an hour wind, 10 miles an hour approximately, on the vehicle as it's traveling. Going to be a little bit of a tailwind, going to be a headwind, it's going to go up, it's going to go down. I mean, we could get more fancy with it, but we're going to use that. And acceleration and deceleration. Okay? You got to have it. So I used 1 meter per second squared. And you're going to get up and down, incline, you know, a 2%, Take this back. Incline. I did a 2% incline. Not for the whole thing though. Only for half of it. 2% up, 2% down. You're going to go up and down. It's not going to be level. And you're not going downhill. Taking that all into account and multiplying it out numerous times to see if I did it right, because, you know, I'm not an engineer, I got 400 kilometers of range. Assuming, another thing, a 975 kilowatt hour battery pack. And how did I come up with that? Well, this is what I came up with. I figure Tesla's going to module their battery packs, right? Like this, right? And they're going to be 75 kilowatt hours, just like their cars. They're going to be just like their cars. So a Model Y has a 75 kilowatt hour battery pack in it, and I need to put 13 of those in a semi. And they'll put them all together. They'll be able to charge them all at the same rate, at the same time, if there's enough power, and maybe get that thing charged up really quickly. But no way, let me stress this, will the battery pack on the Tesla Semi charge at 1,000 kilowatt hours or a megawatt consistently from start to finish. One, Tesla only uses a 400 volt structure. We have seen nothing where they're using 800 volts. So assume that they're using 800 volts will just delay the production of the Semi. And the delay of the production of the Cybertruck, which is delayed again. So, semi-truck will not do 800 kilometers. It will do 400 kilometers. It'll have a 975 kilowatt hour battery pack, and it'll charge at 350 kilowatt hours. Will it be able to do more? Maybe. But even if it could pull that, the 350 kilowatt hours Tesla's, you just go out there and watch the videos. 10 minutes max at that rate, drops down to 150. So, just the way it is. Thank you very much. Tesla Semi, liar, liar, pants on fire. But don't forget, they will sell every one of these trucks. Every port, every distribution center, every train center, the A-lift yards here, they'll all have Tesla Semis. All of them. They will load them up, take them to where they go, and then they get broken up and sent off to other cities 4, 5, 6, 800 kilometers away. Those will be diesel-powered trucks. Thank you very much. But all these other ones, millions of them, can be replaced with the Tesla Semi. Remember, it's not absolute. I'm tired of people saying absolutes, because there's never absolutes. But this truck that Tesla has made, assuming a bunch of things, will replace about 65 to 70% of all the large transports on the road. Okay? Thank you very much. I don't know how many trucks that is. Tesla will not be able to make them fast enough over the next 10 years. Forget about self-driving and all that with these things. It just doesn't matter. I mean, it can come in time, but for what it needs to be used for right now, unbelievable. We'll save a ton of money and emissions and a ton of money for these companies. PepsiCo will buy everyone they can get. They move potato chips with these things. Are you kidding me? 82,000 pounds. It doesn't matter that the tractor, the Tesla Semi, actually I think will weigh 22,000 pounds. And then the trailer it's towing and all that other kind of stuff. It doesn't matter. It's full of potato chips. Or more importantly, really important, Tostitos. We need our Tostitos. Lots of space, very little weight. This truck is perfect for that. I want one so I can get my Tostitos for my homemade salsa. So, liar, liar, pants on fire. Next up, Cybertruck. 2022 has finished and there's no Cybertruck. Oh, isn't that wonderful? Now we're into 2023, and they said it was going to be spring of 2023. No, it will not be spring of 2023. It will be the end of 2023, and maybe a couple thousand trucks. Lucky. I would say that is optimistic of me. End of 2024, yes. Cybertruck will be in production. 2024, maybe 50,000 to 100,000 of them. And then 2025, i.e. 6 years after they announced it. But there is no way the Cybertruck will be in mass production with a gigacasting of the entire... I've never seen so many videos lying about what the casting is, what it looks like on the outside, how the truck is being put together. Nobody knows anything. There's one guy that knows, and he's not talking. Oh, he's talking out the side of his mouth, but he's not talking about the truck, and we certainly can't see one on the road. It's like where I live for a Rivian. Forget about that. They don't exist. I wanted to do a comparison video between my Lightning and a Rivian, and forget it. Can't find one. Can't find anyone that owns one. I live in a city of 1.5 million people. Rivian, just make the R1Ss. Those things are going to sell out faster than hotcakes at a Stampede breakfast. Let me tell you. If you've been to my city during Stampede, you know what I'm talking about. Hotcakes going at a Stampede breakfast because they're free and they go fast. Anyways, Cybertruck doesn't exist. One will not charge at 1 megawatt. Whoever said this is on drugs. Okay? That's all I got to say. It will not charge at 1 megawatt. And even if it had the 800 volt infrastructure in the truck, which we don't know if it has or it hasn't, I'm assuming it'll have 400 volt. 800, Tesla doesn't have anything running at 800, maybe the semi-truck, and even then we don't know. I'm saying it's going to be 400. That's what they've been doing. There's no way a megawatt. And if it did, it'll be 4 minutes. And then it'll be right back down to 150 to 200 kilowatt hours. Thank you. That's just the way it is. Putting the electrons into the batteries takes time. Okay, 20, 30 minutes. So, 80% charge. Come on, that's just how the Cybertruck is going to roll. That's just how it's going to be. So, thank you, Cybertruck. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Let's go to the next one. Stock price. Everybody's been talking about the stock price of Tesla. It's currently today $140 a share. The filming of this video, and now I know I filmed this video over a couple of days and stuff like that. So a little bit here, a little bit there. Who knows? Maybe Tesla's $100 by now. 1, Tesla should not do a buyback. 2, Tesla stock is not down for any other reason than one. And nobody will talk about it. I don't understand it. I just don't get it. So, this is why Tesla stock is down. The S&P 500 is down 43.6% on the year. Tesla is part of the S&P 500. Period. So Tesla has to buck that trend? That never happens. First of all, you might be able to find something in the S&P 500 that's not down 40%, but let me tell you how it works. It's not. Tesla's owned in this thing. It's down. People are selling. People are buying ports. People are shorting the S&P 500. Tesla stock is going to go down. They can't stop it. Every now and again you get one that bucks the trend, but you know, after what has happened, there's no way. But here's the number one reason I think Tesla stock is down, and it has nothing to do with operations. It has nothing to do with Twitter. It has nothing to do with how many cars they're making or where they're making them or how they're shipping them or what's going on in China, what's not going on in China. Demand, can't get one. So until they get one, I don't know what they're going to do. So, a little bit of research. This was very hard to find, just to let you know. And I don't even know if I got it completely 100% correct, but it's the reason Tesla stock is down and may even go to $100 a share. I started to buy Tesla the other day. I used the Jim Cramer method. Buy a little bit, buy a little bit, buy a little bit, buy a little bit, fill your position. So I did. I bought some at 200. I bought some at 175. I bought some at 150. And I'm going to buy some at 125 if it hits there. And fill my position. And if it goes lower than that, it goes lower than that. I don't care. I'm in it for the long term. Tesla's going down for one reason alone, and I know you've been telling me get to the point. 22.8 million options in 2021. Mr. Musk had to sell. Back when that came out, I wrote this down. There was 16.2 million for 2022 and 10.7 million for 2023 of options, total options, that he had to sell or he'd lose them. So let me take a minute here. Here, I will give you 10 million options at $5 a share, basically. And if you don't exercise these options, I can give you the $5 and then go do with them what you want. Which means you got to sell them. You lose them. So why in the world Would you lose them? You wouldn't. And that is the pressure of selling. So you can't put that many shares out into the marketplace without having the stock sold. And float get bigger. That's a whole other area. If you don't know what the float means and how much total shares are out there and all this other kind of stuff, and you don't know what that means, well, this is why the stock is down. No other reason. The Twitter thing is irrelevant. What's going on at Tesla is irrelevant. The SpaceX is irrelevant. They're all booming in all areas. Are they hitting their production targets? Yes. Are they slower getting new products out than what everyone expects? Absolutely. But the S&P's down, Tesla's down. Plus, all the option selling push it a little lower. Will Tesla take off in 2023? Well, that's a prediction I could make. Most likely. I'm counting on it. I'm buying some. Isn't my whole portfolio? No, it's not. It's a very small portion, maybe 10%. And that's it, and I'm not doing any more. I'm not one of these. I'm not doing it. That is why the stock is down. Opportunity to buy. Stop complaining. Liar, liar, pants on fire. It's demand destruction. Or it's because he's the CEO of Twitter. Or it's because he bought Twitter. Or it's because the truck's not out. Or it's... No. That's not it at all. 20 billion, no. Last SEC filing, $23.5 billion in the bank. No debt. The reason they say no debt, there is debt for general operations, salaries and stuff. You know, they borrow money, pay everything out, and then they pay it off, and they borrow it and pay it up. So Tesla does have some debt, about $1.5 billion in debt. But 23 billion, approximately, in the bank, going up every month. So thank you very much. Stock price. So we got the 3 done on Tesla. Now let's talk about inflation. All you hear about is inflation, 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 inflation. That's why the stock market is down. There's inflation. Inflation peaked in May. Simple, easy. That's all there is to it. There's a recession coming because we have inflation. I want to let you know something. Unemployment where I live is 3.7%. Across the country where I live, it's 3.9%. You cannot have a recession, an actual recession, with unemployment under 5%. Can't exist. Has never happened. Ever. Is it going to be statistical because of the pandemic stuff? Are we going to have a statistical 2-quarter GDP drop? You know, GDP will be down 0.5 point. Next quarter's down another 0.5 point. Next quarter's down another 0.5 point. That kind of a thing. So technically we're in a recession. If all the pundits want to talk like that, let them talk like that. Let me tell you something. There is no recession with unemployment at 3.7%. It's impossible. It can't happen. Interest rates have gone up. They're pretty much done. They might do another 0.5 to 1% next year in 2023, but for the most part, they're done. They need to see what they did work. They need to take a pause, and they're going to take a pause because everything is down. Everything is down. Absolutely everything is down from what the pricing was in May. So when we get to May 2023 prediction, because liar, liar, pants on fire about inflation, we're going to be comparing prices in May to May last year. And if 2x6s are $20 a board, because that's what they were where I am, then I am wrong, and I apologize. I do not think that's going to happen because lumber prices right now are $375 1,000 board feet. 80% down. I just don't see it being at 1,600. So, I could be wrong here, but inflation is over. But inflation takes a long time to show up, and it takes an even longer time to disappear. But there is no recession with 3.7% unemployment, and the inflation should start coming down. Food inflation, especially price at the pump, today is $1.19 a liter. From June 15th to December, with my Lightning, it was $2 a liter almost the entire time I drove that truck for the first 6 months. Now, in the next 6 months, it's going to be $1.20 a liter. That would be fantastic. I still would buy the truck, by the way. It wouldn't change anything even if it went to 50 cents a liter. All you people out there that don't want to accelerate and feel the torque and towing, not towing, forget about towing, just the enjoyment of driving a truck that's a truck that I can haul crazy stuff with and accelerate. Oh, you're missing out. Next up, my last and my most drive me crazy liar pants on fire full self-driving by Tesla. There is no full self-driving. It is 2023, people. A couple days ago, posting of the video, and there is no full self-driving. You cannot get in your Tesla. It is minus 29 outside today. You cannot get into your Tesla, say, please take me to wherever, and it drive you there. And you put the seat back and take a nap. We were promised that at the end of the year. Again. And of course, it doesn't do it. Doesn't do it when it snows, doesn't do it when it rains, doesn't do it when it's dusty. Maybe on a clear, wonderful day where the cameras don't have anything on them, it might be able to drive you down the street somewhere in sunny San Diego. But the rest of the world, forget it. There's no self-driving, and there's no self-driving till it works where I live. I have 4 seasons. It rains, it snows, it ice, it gets hot, it gets cold. They can do that all in one day. When it works here, then it works. This is an absolute lie. Liar pants on fire. There is no full self-driving. Period. 2030 will be the earliest. And I'm sticking to that prediction, and there's nothing that's happened out there that makes me change it. The computing speed has to increase. They've figured out how to write the code, but the computing speed needs to increase. And you cannot change how fast computing speed goes. It doubles computing speed doubles every 2.5 years, approximately. They need to double it again, and probably double it again. Maybe they just got that double, so a double and a double. That's 2030, people. And they got to put forward-looking infrared radar back into the Teslas. So it will work when it's minus 30 outside, it's snowing, blowing, visibility is poor, because otherwise it won't work. So thank you for tuning in to Liar Pants on Fire. I hope you found it interesting. I personally think everyone is lying about the Semi. It will sell out, but they're lying about it. I personally think the Cybertruck will not, I repeat, not be released in 2023. There might be some prototypes and stuff and early production stuff. It will not charge at a megawatt. It will not have 800 volt. And my Lightning will kick its butt, because I'll be looking forward to the comparisons. All you Tesla fans will think the Cybertruck will beat me, but that small little box is useless. Next up, the stock price. This is the one thing that's contrary to everything I'm saying. It's 140 right now, probably going to 100. People are, oh, no, buy. It's a great company. It makes a lot of money, and it's going to continue to make a lot of money. They'll sell them semis out faster than you can. 1.5 orders of a terrible truck that most people won't want, but they're going to sell them out. They got 4 years of sellouts at $300,000 a year. 5 years, 6 years. They'd sell every truck they made if they made 300,000 of these things a year and make a ton of money. They will not be $40,000 or $50,000 though. Count my words on it. Inflation. Inflation is already here. The prices are set. If anything, it can only go down. I'm sorry, but if green peppers go any higher than they currently are, I will not buy them. If meat goes any higher than it currently is, I will not buy it. And neither will anyone else, because meat prices are already down 30%. Inflation is over. Cannot have a recession with 3.6% unemployment, 3.7%, 4%, 4.5%. It's got to be 6% to have a recession. Not 3.7, no recession. Thank you. Unless the Fed goes to 8% or 9%, then you have a recession. A year down the road. Last, full self-driving doesn't exist. It's not here. Thank you very much. Save your money. Why would you pay someone $15,000 for something that doesn't exist and doesn't work? Have yourself a wonderful 2023. I hope you like my crazy little liar pants on fire video. We got a solar update for 2022 coming up. It's going to be interesting. I've got an electric truck I've been plugging in for 6 months. Actually, a little more than 6 months. Have yourself a wonderful time, and I'll see you in the future.